Hi, my name is Aiden Watson, and I'm going to be telling you guys a story that had very valuable lessons come from it in my life. So to start the story, I want to give you guys a little bit of backstory. We're at VBS, and our church rents out some bounce houses each year to just attract some kids to come in and just have a good time. Well, on Sunday, the bounce houses hadn't been taken back yet, and so the youth group decides we were gonna all jump on them. Well, the first 2 hours of jumping went well. Played some dodgeball, played some basketball, and so just some other games on the bounce house. But then we all started to do some flips. I had never done a backflip before, and my youth pastor had convinced me this was the time to do it. I was on a bounce house. It was basically a cloud. Nothing could go wrong. And at least that's what he told me. Well, I did my backflip and I landed wrong. But the first thing that popped in my mind was, oh, I twisted my ankle or pulled a muscle. Because, like my youth pastor told me, nothing bad could happen on a bounce house. Well, it continued to hurt, and so we headed to the emergency room and they did an x-ray on my foot. When the doctor comes back in, she shows us the screen, and there is my leg, broken, 3 different pieces. I had no idea what to do. I was starting band camp the next day. I had friends that I was supposed to hang out with the next week, and I was starting school in the next couple of weeks. That Thursday, after I broke it, I had to go into surgery, and they told me it was going to be about a 6-month recovery because I was getting hardware installed in me and just stuff like that. Well, fast forward, school starts, and I'm trying to figure out my way around the school with my crutches, and people are trying to help me and stuff. And eventually I get to where I can just walk on a boot. But because I'm just now walking after about 4 months, I was told I need to go to physical therapy. So I start going to physical therapy, and I really enjoy it, which was very surprising because I'd heard that it was kind of a pain to go to, and they're going to push you and it's going to hurt and it's not going to be fun to go to. I started to do physical therapy twice a week for about an hour, and I loved it. I enjoyed it. And I was going into my senior year of high school and needed to pick a college and a career that I should go into. And I had originally thought something in criminal justice field, but I kind of leaned away from that and didn't feel like that no more, and started to be introduced into medical stuff because of my anatomy class. I joined, I figured out physical therapy is what I wanted to do, and so I applied to UNG, I got in, and now I'm studying kinesiology, hopefully going to be able to go to the PT school there. Today, I work at a PT place, which is the one I attended when I broke my leg, as well as I plan to join a few clubs and eventually go to PT school. There was 3 main lessons I learned from this. One being trust in God's plan. No matter how bad it seems like it's going to go or how good it's going to seem like it's going to go, you just need to trust in the plan and follow what He's got planned for your life. The second thing I have is bad things can have good outcomes. The night I broke my leg, I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm going to figure out what I want to do from this. It's going to be great. I'm going to look back and just thank everyone that helped me break my leg. But instead, I look back, or I was thinking, this is going to be horrible. I'm not going to be able to do a lot of stuff. And now I look back and I realize that bad situation had a good outcome. The third thing that I got from this was I gained firsthand PT experience. So although a lot of people going into PT school haven't quite had their PT hours yet and had a lot of time in the clinic, I was able to spend around 2 to 3 hours a week in the setting, learning day in and day out what a PT goes through, what kind of things they do, what kind of patients they deal with, as well as what kind of things they need to do in order to get people going, and kind of how it is for them. And I found that to be very beneficial in finding out what I wanted to do. And I look back being very grateful on the situation, not necessarily breaking my leg, but the outcomes that I got from it. I thank you all for listening and joining me me for my speech, and thank you.